In the immortal words of Saliva, do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, home of the Carolina Skyhawks, who will play host to the Vancouver Legion here in Week 1 of Season 18 of the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. Welcome to David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium, home of those Skyhawks that we just mentioned. And we've got a good matchup here between these two teams. Carolina has been knocking on the door for just about 5 or 6 seasons here, it seems like. Vancouver on the other side, perennial playoff powerhouses, looking to take that next step and propel themselves to the big game. Alongside my best friend, Cade Stevens, I am Eric Vincent here inside the broadcast booth. Tyler Falk, Jacob Clear, and Aaron Gooden are in the stats truck with us this evening. Cade, welcome back in, man. It's a new season, and we're back.
Yes, sir. Glad to be back here in the booth, which should be a fun matchup, Eric. Start of this season 18. As you said, Vancouver playoff team the last 4 years in a row, looking to build on that continued success by coming here tonight to play a Carolina team that hasn't seen the postseason since season 11, but don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. They're highly driven to change that. This should be a blast.
It should. Vancouver coming out in the all-whites, coming out with that stormtrooper look that we all know and love. And Carolina coming out with their battle red uniforms. I believe they got the navy blue pants tonight as well. And Carolina won the toss. They will elect to defer, so Vancouver getting the football here to start things off for Week 1 for both of these teams. Whistle Jones coming back for his 4th season with the Carolina Skyhawks. His hand is in the air, and we are ready for football here in North Carolina. Fielded inside his own end zone. That is Chris Curtis, number 84, bringing it out to about the 22-yard line, and that is where Tom Pepper will take over, commanding this Vancouver Legion offense, his 9th season with the team, an all-star just a season ago.
Just a season ago, and Tom Pepper with a pretty incredible season last season. I mean, Vancouver leading the SFL in both pass yards and total yards per game. Tom Pepper, a big reason why they did.
They will start off with split backs, Pepper under center, one receiver towards the top of the formation, handoff there, and that is to the fullback, the rookie Sawyer Stern, the 41st overall pick out of Lexington, with his first carry of his professional career, gain of 1. We're going to look at the stars here for the offense for Vancouver. Robert Redford, the halfback. Sawyer Stern, we just saw him. Brett Killian, David Gears, Kendra Hall, and Chris Curtis, the wide receivers. James Walters, Michael Percoco, and Mike Coverson, round out the offense here for Vancouver as Pepper will throw. He's going to sling it over to Redford coming out of the backfield, spin move, and he will make it out to the 27-yard line for a 3rd and 5.
And that's where Robert Redford can hurt you as well out of the backfield. And a nice job by Vancouver early in this one, getting the rookie Sawyer Stern involved, and then out of the backfield the halfback Robert Redford as well. A 3rd and very manageable here.
Pepper under center, offset back is Redford. He's going to go the opposite way there, one-handed catch, but it's going to be a 3 and out for Vancouver, as that was a good open field tackle made by number 99, Siobhan Prasad, his 8th season, all of them here in Carolina.
Actually, pretty impressive one-handed catch by the tight end James Walters there, but like you said, Eric, just that not going to get it done there, well short of the sticks, and 3 and out for Vancouver.
Hunter is Brian Patrick this season, number 19. He won't have any pressure in his face at all. Gets the punt away with no duress. Fair catch called for and made. Just shy of the 40-yard line to the 39 is where they will spot it. And we will see Matt South come out, his 2nd season here in Carolina. A bit of a resurgence here with the Skyhawks as around the league it was looking like maybe Matt South was done after his stint in Portland, but he's looked very, very good here in a Skyhawks uniform.
Absolutely. A top 5 passer last year in the SFL, and coming out tonight, fantastic field position to start. Let's see what they can figure out.
Handoff to start things off, and rumbling, bumbling, stumbling for just a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. That's the halfback look, Jack, the former Rebs member, as he goes north to Carolina. his 5th season here in a Skyhawks uniform. 2nd and 6 now with about 9 minutes to go in the opening frame. Three wideouts in the formation. Single back is going to be Jack. He gets a handoff, and he gets buried right at the line of scrimmage. That was Earl Fields, the 4th, the first-round pick for the Vancouver Legion, the 19th overall out of Tacoma. And that was a good tackle there. He just came in with his hair on fire.
Absolutely. I mean, Carolina's come out so far and looks like they want to establish the run. I can't say I blame them. Vancouver finishing about midway through the pack, allowing just over 100 yards per game last season.
Jack will get another carry. Following blockers, gets close to the first down, but he's going to be marked just shy as Drew Hamilton comes up and makes the tackle on Jack, and that's going to force a 4th down. We're going to have to see what Carolina wants to do here at the 49.
Well, that was a nice stick by Hamilton, but boy, that was awfully close as far as the spotting goes. But it looks like they may try to draw him off sides or possibly run a play right here about midfield, Eric.
See how it goes. 12 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time to run a play, but I think South and company is trying to draw the Legion defense off sides. It's a very disciplined defense in Vancouver, and Matt South is going to have to burn Carolina's first timeout.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him for trying right there with the field position that you have, but with a guy like Logan Jack, I mean, about I guess 3/4 of an inch, I think he could probably get that if they did decide to snap it, but can't say I blame them. They'll go ahead and punt this one away, and provided that the coverage does its job, I imagine they will attempt to put Vancouver deep in their own territory here.
So 2 possessions, 2 3-and-outs for both of these teams. As we'll see Desmond Doss come out, the undrafted rookie for Carolina, attempting his first major league punt here. And he won't have any sort of pressure in his face. He'll get it away. Vancouver with the return, and Curtis will get maybe a yard out to the 13-yard line. And that's where Vancouver will set up shop for their second possession. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Offset eye, handoff, goes to Redford, and Redford gets buried in the backfield. Good defense by the Skyhawks. That Prasad, once again, coming up and making the stop behind the line.
Yeah, Siobhan Prasad, absolutely fantastic job making a play on the offensive line right there as he just absolutely breaks through, and absolutely no chance does Redford have to get that ball going.
We'll get to the stars on Carolina's defense following this play. Bunched receivers towards the top of the formation for the Legion. Pepper under center, takes the snap. 5-step drop, quickly throws, down near sideline. He's got a man close to the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him, as that's Brett Killian, number 12, with his first catch of the new season, one of the big weapons that Pepper has with Vancouver.
Yeah, big weapon might be an understatement for wide receiver Brett Killian. 80 catches, about 1,230 yards last year, averages right around 15 yards a catch, and you see it right there. He's the big play guy for Tom Pepper. I have to imagine that we'll see a lot more of him this evening.
BK12, one of 2 1,200-yard receivers within this Legion offense, the other being Kendra Hall. She's another big weapon for the Legion. 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Pepper short drop. He's going to throw it down that way to Hall, and she gets out to about the 44-yard line, gain of 5. Get a look at the Skyhawks on defense quickly. Ryan Ray, John Nevels, Phil Hall, Christopher Colon, all under the defensive front 4. Clint Hendershot comes over from D.C. David Ware, Shrivan Prasad, the linebackers. Tristan Hatley, Mark Martin, Davidson Joseph, the corners, Daniel Valentine, Monte Wyatt, and Kane Vasquez, the safeties, to round out the defense for the Skyhawks. 2nd and 5, 6 minutes to go here in the quarter. Handoff, Redford got a hole up the middle, and he's going to have first down yardage out to the Carolina 46-yard line. Tackle made by Vasquez.
Yeah, great job by Redford there. Good vision, cutting the ball upfield, and he's not even touched until Vasquez hits him about 10 yards after, I believe, the initial handoff there. So fantastic job by the offensive line clearing a lane, and Redford's up the field for a nice first down. Move those chains.
The most productive possession we have seen from either of these teams so far early on in the ball game. Pepper will take the snap from the gun. He's going to fire it over the middle into coverage and incomplete. He was looking for Kendra Hall, but Vasquez had some pretty good coverage out there along with his teammates, and that ends up being a second down.
Yeah, Pepper had plenty of time back there. There's no pressure in his face. I believe it looks like he just tried to squeeze one in there, and there wasn't much happening, but at least put it in a place where nobody else was going to get it but Kendra Hall.
Split backs again for Vancouver. Pepper under center. Pepper, 7-step drop this time. Has time. He's going to fire it over the middle. Intercepted. That's going back the other way for Carolina, and that's going to be Monte Wyatt, the free safety, with the first interception for Carolina in the young season 18.
Monte Wyatt, 4 picks last year, and he gets his first one of this season 18 here in the very first game. Great job reading the quarterback's eyes as Tom Pepper kind of lobs ball over the field looking for Kendra Hall, and great job by Monte Wyatt coming up with that one. That's a big turnover on what, like you said, Eric, was a pretty productive drive moving so far for Vancouver.
And this is the type of quarterback that Tom Pepper is. He is a gunslinger. We talked about it a little bit. He's like Brett Favre in the SFL, man. He's going to make plenty of plays down the field, but he's also going to throw those interceptions, and that's no harm, no foul. That's just the quarterback that he is. Logan Jack with the carry, slips the tackler. He's got first down yardage and more. 15 yards out to the Carolina 36-yard line. First down for the Skyhawks.
Wow, I mean, what a physical run that was as he rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling down the field before Mark Lopez and company are able to go ahead and bring him down, as you see right there, unable to get him to the ground on initial contact. And he's just a big physical runner, is Logan Jack, and proof right there as he continues to carry defenders down the field.
Both of these running backs very diminutive, I would say. As far as running backs go, Redford listed at 5'10", Logan Jack at 5'11", but they both pack a pretty impressive punch as Jack gets first down yardage, brings up first down from the 36, and he'll get another carry, bouncing it to the near sideline. Good spin move, still on his feet, and he's going to get first down yardage again out to the 47-yard line. What a couple of runs there by Logan Jack.
Beyond impressed at that run in particular, because it looked like he had an open lane on the outside where if he just heads towards the sticks, it might not be quite as difficult as it was right there, but it still makes it look fairly effortless getting up the field, a couple spin moves, breaking tackles, and a first down.
Offset eye this time for Carolina. And again, it's going to be a Logan Jack carry, and Logan Jack is beating everybody past the line, as it looks like Vancouver actually had pretty good penetration on that play, Cade, but Jack just zooms ahead past the first down yardage. 3 plays, 3 first downs.
Oh, absolutely agree with you. Look at this. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal job by the defensive line for Vancouver getting through, and it looks like he should be stopped for a loss. And just a quick, I guess, transition there, and a good burst of speed for Logan Jack, and he's up the field before anybody can see him.
Single back, heavy set formation, might see another carry here. Instead, they're going to swing it out to Jack coming out of the backfield. And this time, Mark Lopez with a great open field tackle. That's going to bring up a loss of 1, second and 11.
Yeah, a good key in right there by Lopez, taking Jack down before he can do too much more damage. When you get him in the open field, he's just as dangerous as getting the ball out of the backfield as we saw in about the last 3 or 4 plays in a row. And Logan Jack, I mean, absolutely phenomenal on this drive.
Single back, south, again, going to sling it out to Logan Jack, and again, good open field tackle by the defense. That's Drew Hamilton coming up from his safety spot to make the tackle. We'll get a look at the stars on Vancouver's defense here quickly. Achilles Papatanis, the Mediterranean monster, down there at defensive end, number 77. Kyburn Womack, Gerald Giudice rounds out the front 3. Josh Farnsey, Earl Fields the 4th, Marquise Reed, the linebackers. Major Key, Ashley Rose Finch, Dean Maddox, the corners. Julian Valera, Mark Lopez, and Drew Hamilton, the safeties. South is going to air it out near sideline. Got a man wide open past the defense, but he fumbles the football. McDaniel Jr. had the catch, but he fumbles it, and Vancouver will get the football. I think this might be worth a challenge here, Cade. I don't know if he made a football move before the ball popped free.
Yeah, I definitely got to agree with you there, Eric. I mean, we'll see the replay here in just a moment, but it looks like, 2 hands on the ball, comes down, tries to tuck it and turn. That might be enough to call it a football move, Eric. I'm not I'm not sold one way or the other, but it's going to be awfully hard to overturn that. But good contact knocks the ball out, and a nice recovery for Vancouver as they take over deep in their own territory. But wow, I mean, Carolina absolutely doing damage on that drive, and all of a sudden the momentum flips.
The newcomer from Tulsa, Julian Valere, is the one that came up with the fumble recovery deep in their own territory. No challenge flag. Pepper's going to air it out, and it's going to be incomplete. Looks like several different players on both teams had an opportunity at the football, but it falls to the turf, incomplete.
Yeah, awfully close to that being giving it right back to the other team. There, it looked like is unable to come up with the interception off a couple of bobbles, but like you said, Tom Pepper, he's the gunslinger. He's going to take some chances. Receivers, they're going to have to come up with that one.
Full house formation this time. Pepper under center. Carolina stack in the box. Pepper's going to sling it out to Redford coming out of the backfield. He had a good burst of speed coming out of the backfield. It gets first down yardage before anyone is able to tackle him at all. And that's a great play there, Cage, beginning of the look.
Oh, Pepper doing an absolutely fantastic job leading Redford out to the side there, and he gets ahead of steam before he's taken down on the sideline. And, I mean, he's dangerous out of the backfield, just like Logan Jack. You get him in open space, and these two running backs, man, they can really chomp away.
Split backs from the 22. Carry this time for Redford, and he's able to scoot free. It looked like he was buried right at the line of scrimmage, but he skirts free for a gain of 8 as Kane Vasquez is able to make the tackle.
Yeah, kind of disappeared a little bit behind the offensive and defensive lines. We weren't sure where he went, and all of a sudden Redford scoots out, and like I said, Vasquez makes a nice tackle, but a 2nd and 2 coming up here at their own 29-yard line.
That's why they call him the natural, as they set up 2nd and 2. Pepper with a short drop. He's going to air it out. Far sideline, that's BK12 with another catch as he gets first down yardage, able to position his body nicely to locate the football and snatch it out of the air.
Yeah, young receivers in the league, take note. That's how you do it right there. BK12 going out, snatching the ball out of the air with his hands, not letting it come to his body. He's not taking any chances, and another big play for Brett Killian right there.
For these teams having productive possessions, but yet no points on the scoreboard as of yet. Vancouver with the football nearing Carolina territory as Redford gets another carry, and he rumbles ahead for a gain of 6 out to the Carolina 47-yard line.
Boy, these two teams so far in this game have proven one thing. They can move the ball. They can get it to the other side of the field. They can be productive, but for some reason, as they kind of cross into opponent's territory, things get a little tricky. We'll see if Vancouver can change their fortune on this drive here.
Offset eye. Pepper takes a snap. He's going to sling it out to Redford, and Redford gets just enough for the first down. He threw down a spin move trying to throw the defenders off, but Prasad was not fooled, and Redford, beneficial for him. He gets just enough for the first down.
Yeah, good job first down and everything, but credit due where it is Shervon Prasad doing an excellent job hanging on right there, not letting go. That play could have gone for more damage than what it did.
Pepper, 5-step drop, has time. He's going to throw it over the middle and incomplete. And that's the newcomer, Clint Hendershot, coming over from D.C., able to bat the football down. 11 seasons in the Simulation Football League is first here in Carolina.
Absolutely. 2-time All-Star as well as soon as just last season. Fantastic job coming over here to the Carolina Skyhawks, and he's paying dividends right there on that play, knocking that one down.
2 All-Stars on this defense, in fact, the other being Phil Hall, his 10th season in the SFL. Offset eye, 2nd down. Redford gets buried in the backfield as that was good penetration from the defense. And there's that guy I was talking about, Phil Hall, along with John Nevels getting in there and making the stop.
Yeah, great job by both of them. I mean, absolutely tearing through the line, using each other to their advantage, but nice tackle for a loss there.
Quick first quarter of action. 0-0 your score, but we got more to come. This is Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the league's Twitch channel. Quick flip of the field here as we reset the clock to 11 minutes, second quarter. 0-0 score as Vancouver is driving. Pepper, empty set, gotta fire it down to the near side. Like, one open man, that's BK12 into the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver.
Wow, he does it over and over and over, Eric, and it's impressive every single time that he does. Brett Killian finds a way to get behind the defense once again, and it looks like they just lost track of him. Got back there, Pepper, clean pocket, steps up, and absolutely phenomenal job by him to deliver the ball in a place where nobody else was going to get it, and Tristan Hatley, it looks like, in coverage for at the corner position, loses Brett Killian, and he walks into the end zone. 5 touchdowns last season. He's got one in the opening game right here of season 18. Vancouver on the board first.
Really been the favorite target as well. Kendra Hall been targeted quite a few times as well, but Killian been the more efficient, catching all 3 of his targets for 68 yards in that touchdown you just saw. Chance Towan, the newcomer from LA, is able to nail the extra point, and that makes it a 7-0 ball game here in Carolina.
Well, after a tumultuous first quarter for both teams where it looked like they were able to move the ball but not capitalize, it looks like Vancouver able to take advantage here at the top of the second quarter. So what we have to come, this should be a lot of fun.
Fun so far as Vancouver puts the first points on the board, and Carolina will take their first kick return of the new season as well, as that's going to be a return for Sam Avalis, number 11, making it out to the 23-yard line. And Monday on Next Level Sports, the Simulation Football League has another doubleheader of football action to kick off the league's 18th season. First, Florida visits San Diego, 2 teams that have plenty to prove before Jacksonville faces Portland for the first time. It's a celebration of the SFL's diversity, honoring the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Coverage starts at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Visit NLSC.com to find Next Level Sports in your area, as that's a big play for Logan Jack, who slips a defender, and he's got one man to beat. He turns on the afterburners. 10-5, touchdown Carolina. The answer right back with one play.
Could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, and let me tell you, Eric, it's awfully hard. You can't play-by-play that. You can't color commentate that. You can't make that up. What a play right there by Logan Jack. Just absolutely phenomenal job breaking through, breaks another tackle down the field, and just rumbles into the end zone. And like you said, Carolina answers right back, no problem.
77 yards in one play for Logan Jack. Ashley Rose Finch had an opportunity here, and you'll see her with the diving attempt, but just cannot bring down those big legs of Logan Jack. And then it was off to the races. Dean Maddox had no chance of catching him once he turned on the afterburners. What a play there by the running back, number 26 in Carolina Red.
Wow. Absolute wow. I mean, 77 yards. Just a phenomenal effort right there by Logan Jack. And wow, you got to feel pretty good if you're Carolina right now. What an answer.
Well, you know what? We thought we had a little bit of a snoozer going, right, in the first quarter. Punt, turnover, touchdown here in the second quarter. And it's been a heck of a second quarter in the 21 seconds that we've had it, as it's now a tie ball game once again at 7.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns in 21 seconds. I think you take that any time. That's absolutely amazing.
So now Carolina set to kick off once again. Whistle Jones with the ball on the tee. Chris Curtis from about his own goal line has blockers in front, going to try and bounce it near sideline, gets buried near the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 24. And man, Tom Pepper, he's already shown the quarterback that he is. We've talked about it. He's the gunslinger, right? 8-12, 93 yards. He's got that touchdown, but also an interception. That's just the type of quarterback that you have here in Vancouver, and he's a very successful quarterback as well.
Absolutely. You take the good with the bad with a guy like Pepper. He's absolutely fantastic. You understand that every now and again you're going to get a mistake, but for every mistake that you get about 2 or 3 absolutely amazing plays as he swings one out to the left side right there to Robert Redford. And yeah, I mean, that we talked about it, like you said, Eric, kind of extensively before the game, that's the guy he is, and that's why he's so exciting to watch.
Swing pass brings up 2nd and 7, gain of 3, as over on the league's YouTube page, the St. Louis Gladiators jump out to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter, getting a bit of a hotter start than our game here on the league's Twitch page as Redford gets the swing pass again. And this time, Carolina's defense was up to the task as Davis and Joseph etched him out of bounds.
Yeah, pass just a tad high where he's got to go up and get it, and might have been better off just letting that one sail over his head as it killed pretty much any momentum he had and tackled for just a little loss there.
Empty set, 5 wide for Pepper. Takes the snap, has time, going to throw it over the middle. He's got Curtis for a first down. Out across to the Vancouver 39-yard line. That will move those chains.
Yeah, the big wide receiver, Chris Curtis, 6'5", 220 pounds, brings it into his body, and just a nice quick throw over the middle. And that's the kind of stuff you need to get going a little bit. You know, they've had obviously a lot of success on the ground, but quick passes like that keeps the defense honest.
We got to look at Pepper stats to start things off here. That 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 127 yards, 92.9 QBR. Nothing to shake a stick at here in the opening couple of quarters as Pepper will throw again. He's got pressure coming from his backside, throws it into coverage and incomplete. There were definitely more red jerseys than white in that general area as Monte Wyatt knocks it down.
Monte Wyatt making the big special teams tackle on the kickoff is the one, like you said, Eric, that comes up with a big play right there. Almost very nearly takes it away, but a second chance here for Tom Pepper in the Vancouver offense.
Split backs for Pepper as he's in the gun on this 2nd and 10. Pepper with time, going to fire it far sideline. That's Kendra Hall with another catch as she gets close to the first down marker. Marked out of bounds at the Vancouver 49-yard line.
Yeah, nice catch by Kendra Hall on the sideline there. 3rd and very manageable. I mean, the playbook's wide open here, Eric. 3rd and 1. I mean, with the success you've had with Robert Redford on the ground so far in this game, I feel like it's hard not to just go ahead and give him the football. But at the same time, you could turn around and say, hey, look what they've done through the air. So,
and off to Redford. Redford extends the drive once again as he gets just enough for the first down. Tackle made by Hendershot, but that will extend the drive here for the Vancouver Legion.
And that's exactly why you do it. I mean, I'd trust Robert Redford with a yard anytime, anywhere, and it looks like Vancouver felt the same way.
We talked about it, big bodies on both sides of this squad. As Vancouver will get another carry here, and Redford is going to try and plow ahead. It's maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards out to the 47-yard line as Ray makes the stop.
You look at the running back comparison there as far as the numbers go. It doesn't do a lot of justice. You know, you think about Logan Jack had the 77-yard run, which kind of, yeah, you could say it skews the stats a little bit.
I mean, it might pad his stats a little bit.
Sure. The effectiveness of Robert Redford should not be overlooked, I guess, is the moral of the story there.
2nd and 8, another carry for Redford. Good haul up the middle and avoids the tackler out across the 40-yard line to the 39, and that will move the chains once again for Vancouver as, again, another productive drive for the Legion in white.
Yeah, look at this right here. Just about 8 yards into the run. Just a nice juke. Right there. Wow. Oof, man, that knocked me out of my seat. Vasquez going in for the tackle and just he kind of puts the old okey doke on him there. A nice run, gets the first down there for Robert Redford.
Offset eye, another carry this time for Redford, and tried to bounce at the outside. I don't think, maybe he was patient enough on that one, Cade, because I think he had the blocker set up towards the far sideline.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If he just kind of follows the blockers, maybe plays to the advantage of which way his tackle is going to lead him, I think he can go inside or outside and possibly get a little bit more out of it. But unfortunately for him, just about a yard gain on that one.
Handoff to Jack, and he gets buried in the backfield. Loss of about 1.5 yards. And shout out to friend of the program, Zero Topic. Thanks for coming in, Chase. We love to see you, man.
Absolutely love to see it. Chase, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. Vancouver, Carolina. It's a good game so far. Let's go.
3rd and long now for Pepper. He goes back to the empty set. Has time. He's got to fire it. Far sideline. Got Kendra Hall behind the defense. Slips the defender near the goal line. Out of bounds at the 1. What a play by Kendra Hall.
Kendra Hall. I mean, Come on, are we really surprised? I mean, this is something that she excelled at all of last season. 71 catches, 1,222 yards, average 17 yards a catch. And guys, listen, 13 touchdowns last season, season 17 for Kendra Hall. Just absolutely phenomenal. Almost had her first one of season 18 right there, knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
First and goal now with the clock approaching 6 minutes. 2 backs offset in the backfield for Pepper. A loaded defensive lineup here for Carolina. Doesn't matter as Redford is able to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver.
What a drive for Robert Redford. I mean, let it not be skewed, some additional plays that they had there, but Redford just chipping and chipping and chipping away at this Carolina Skyhawk defense. And right there at the goal line, does it when it counts, gets in the end zone, and a nice touchdown. Vancouver takes the lead, going for the extra point here to try to make it 14-7.
12 plays, 77 yards, capped off by that 1-yard touchdown run by the natural, Robert Redford. Getting into the end zone there and getting Vancouver the lead once again. Bad snap, but they're able to get it up and good. So 14-7 now the score with 6:04 to go as Vancouver just marched down the football field. That was the longest drive there of the ball game so far, Cade. And man, it was a great one, like you said, by Tom Pepper and company.
Absolutely, yeah. Phenomenal execution on that drive by the Vancouver offense. And just when you think Carolina's going to come up with a stop, they found a way to get around it, made some nice plays both on the ground and through the air. They'll go ahead and kick it back to Carolina. And after a pretty exciting start to the second quarter, we'll see if Carolina's got an answer.
Avalos will field the kickoff return here, tries to bounce it to the far sideline, and he's going to get stood up right around the 25, mark him down at the 26-yard line. It only took him one play last time to even up the score, Cade. What do you think Carolina's mindset is coming out for the next possession?
Well, Eric, I got to imagine that they would love nothing more than another long run, one-play drive by by Logan Jack once again. Sorry, these two running backs have been on fire today. Both of them on the mind, but Logan Jack, another long run would be ideal for Carolina.
Handoff, and this is going to be Logan Jack, but he doesn't go 77 this time. Instead, gets only about 7 as he makes it out to the 34-yard line. Good gain on first down, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid. I mean, he'll take that anytime. 2nd and 3 opens up the playbook. Take a shot downfield if you decide you want to do it, or hand the ball off again to the electric Logan Jack, having a good game here.
Keeps him ahead of schedule on 2nd and 3. Split backs for South as he's under center. Vancouver approaching the line of scrimmage. Jack gets the carry, first down yardage and more as he makes it out to the 43-yard line before he's gang tackled by a couple of Legion defenders. Looks like it was Dean Maddox and Mark Lopez in on the stop.
And Logan Jack, I mean, this game has just been so fun to watch for him. I mean, the offensive line, let's not overshadow the job that they're doing right now, opening up holes and creating penetration down the field for Logan Jack to not even get touched until he's 5 to 10 yards downfield. So phenomenal job by them.
And no star offensive linemen with this offensive lineup that Carolina is going with, as Jack is just creating his own holes here as he gets another gain of 3 out to the 45.
Yeah, absolutely. And that well phrased there, creating his own holes. I mean, right there should have been stopped for about a yard loss, and does a nice job with the old spin cycle to get upfield for a 3-yard gain.
And we'll get to the stars on Carolina's offense here following this play. South in trouble. He shuffles his feet, throws it over the middle, but it falls incomplete. Looks like a bit of a body catch there. Or then maybe Farnsey got there just a little early on that play. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Should have come up with that one. I'm not too sure. It looks like maybe the hit might have jarred it loose, but yeah, nice job. It looked like it should have hit him in the hand. Mark Lopez knocks it out, but nice job by the Vancouver defense.
Pat South is a quarterback. Logan Jack, the running back. We've seen plenty of him. Hattori Hanzo, the first-round pick, 8th overall at fullback. Sam Avalos, Heath McDaniel Jr., and Harish Prasad, the wide receivers, all coming back here with Carolina. And Tony Zoma and Vince DeSantis also coming back for the Skyhawks offense. Close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just shy there, as that was an additional wide receiver they had in the formation, Cameron Walsh, with the catch. And Cade, I think he probably could have just fallen forward and gotten the first down, tried to get a little extra yardage there.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Quite honestly, he sat down, almost a perfect route, sits down right at the first down marker, hits him in the hands, and runs parallel instead of just falling forward. And that's all they really needed was to fall forward and cost him first down here. This one was awfully close.
They're going to run a play, and they're going to have a first down. Good catch by Vince DeSantis, his first of the game, as he's able to get first down yardage into Vancouver territory at the 44.
What an extraordinarily well-designed play right there. I mean, I kudos and props because just phenomenal. Snap the ball very quick out to DeSantis, and a good catch by him for a first down.
And South hasn't had to throw the ball a ton here, and he's only completed 4 passes. It's been the Logan Jack show so far. South is going to air it out, but he finds his man, and just as I'm telling the people that he hadn't thrown the ball nearly as much, he finds Heath McDaniel Jr. for a big gain close to the red zone.
And just an absolute dime. I mean, just kind of lobs it up through the air, and you see it, and it's a thing of beauty as you watch this ball fly through the air. And Heath McDaniel Jr. coming up with a big one, about 1,100 yards for him last year, 6 touchdowns as well. I mean, good year for Heath McDaniel Jr., a big part of this Carolina offense, and South with an excellent throw and a first down. They are just knocking on the door of the red zone here.
Bunch receivers towards the top of the formation this time. Single back is going to be Jack. He'll get the carry, trying to bounce it to the outside. Following blocker sidesteps another defender. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Logan Jack.
Logan Jack, ladies and gentlemen. The jackhammer. Let's go. I mean, wow. The guy breaking tackles is his MO of the game, and Carolina responding to Vancouver's touchdown in epic fashion as they find their way down the field. Logan Jack with another big run as he finds his way into the end zone on a fantastic 8-play, 67-yard drive for the Carolina Skyhawks.
8 plays, 67 yards, capped off with another Logan Jack touchdown, this time from 23 yards out. 2 touchdowns on the scoreboard here for the Carolina running back as Whistle Jones lines up for another extra point. Again, a bit of a low snap, and it's blocked. Vancouver is able to block the extra point, so Carolina does not tie the football game up. We've seen 2 different extra points from both sides that came up with bad snaps, and Vancouver gets plenty of extra bodies in there. Looks like it was number 93 that got in there for the block.
Absolutely phenomenal job. I got to say this, Eric. We've been doing this together, I believe, about 5 or 6 seasons now. You've been doing it a little longer than me. That might be the first blocked extra point I think I've seen in the SFL. What a job there by the special teams unit for the Vancouver Legion as they preserve their lead, blocking the extra point.
It has been a little bit more prevalent with the little tweaks that have been made with the league as time has gone on. And you're starting to see more of those plays that you see that you don't tend to see normally in just a standard football game. So it adds definitely more excitement to the mix. And here we have a 1-point ball game. Carolina thinking they tied things up, and not so fast.
Love it. Love to see it, man. Love to see it.
Handoff, and Redford fumbles the football. It's still on the turf, and Vancouver covers it up. Carolina had plenty of opportunity at the football, but it just squirts free just enough for the Stormtroopers to fall on top of it.
How lucky did they get right there? I mean, I think it went through about 2 or 3 hands of each different team and still somehow ended up in the hands of the Vancouver Legion, and they're going to go ahead and pick right back up at 2nd and 11 here.
They dodge a bullet there. Loss of 1. Pepper is going to throw it this time. Good protection. Going to throw it in. It's complete. Kendra Hall high points the football in double coverage and comes down with it. 4 catches, 72 yards already for her.
I mean, you know what's it's always been so fun to watch Vancouver's offense, especially the last couple seasons for this reason. And this, Tom, we talked about Tom Pepper being a gunslinger, being the guy who's willing to take chances. But why he's willing to do that, he's got Brett Killian, he's got Kendra Hall, and look at those plays.
2-minute warning here in Raleigh, North Carolina. 14-13 your score. Vancouver with a small edge. Simulation Football League action continues, presented by APM Music on Twitch. Offset I, fresh set of downs. Pepper changing things up at the line. 7 in the box for Carolina, anticipating a run. They'll get it. Redford going to bounce it to the far sideline, and he's got it. Near sideline he goes, and he's got first down yardage and more before being ushered out of bounds at the Carolina 33-yard line. What a move by the natural.
Yeah, David Ware, the outside linebacker, finally able to usher him out of bounds, but Robert Redford right there said, hey, Logan Jack, I'll challenge you on that one. You're not the only one who can get downfield and break some tackles, and wow, what a phenomenal effort right there by Robert Redford as Vancouver marches right back down into Carolina territory looking to score again.
We've had nothing but touchdowns here in the second quarter of play. We'll see if Vancouver can continue it. Pepper, short drop. He's going to sling it out to Redford, and Carolina's been ready for that swing pass pretty much all night long, as this time it was Davison Joseph with the stop near the line of scrimmage, second down coming up.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him for that. I mean, quite honestly, if you look at the statistics last year, I mean, 108 catches for Robert Redford. I mean, they really relied on him out of the backfield, so you have to imagine something like that was coming. Carolina doing a good job preparing for that.
Skyhawks showing blitz here on second down. Going to back out of it. Pepper's going to throw it over the middle. Caught for first down yardage. That's Chris Curtis with another catch. His second of the evening, as that moves the chains into the SFL red zone we go.
Yeah, nice catch over the middle by Chris Curtis. Boy, I got confused for a minute there, Eric. I won't lie to you. Curtis and Killian looked like they crossed paths almost at the same time. I thought the pass was connected with Killian going to the outside, but nice catch by Curtis.
Redford with the carry, bursts up the middle. Good spin move, splits the defender. Stutter steps all over the place, and he gets first down yardage. First and goal to the 8-yard line. Are you kidding me?
Doing his best King of Pop impersonation right there with the footwork. Absolutely impressive.
Pepper, end zone, and caught, but out at the 1. Some good toe drag swag along the far sideline by Kendra Hall, but she cannot stretch the football out across the plane. Brings up second and goal.
Yeah, Kendra, I mean, listen, she tried. I know we saw it right there. Did her best effort to try to get that ball around and stick it over, but unfortunately couldn't do it. But a phenomenal catch nonetheless, setting her team up second goal at the 1-yard line.
Split backs offset for Pepper and company. Handoff, that's going to be the fullback, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Sawyer Stern. Welcome to the pros, young man.
Sawyer Stern, the rookie fullback out of Lexington. First touchdown in the pro level of the SFL. Phenomenal job by him, man. Just getting in the end zone. And that's exactly what they drafted him for, Eric. They drafted him for short situations like that. I mean, it's hard to argue with what Robert Redford has done so far in this game, but wow, phenomenal job by him getting the short yardage.
Good call by the Legion there in the short yardage situation, as the rookie second-round pick from the Lexington Miners is able to burst through into the end zone, and Vancouver extends their lead to 8 points, 8 plays, 73 yards, capped off with that one-yard rushing touchdown by Sawyer Stern. .39 seconds to go here. Carolina with 2 timeouts. Still an opportunity to at least put points on the board. Avalos with the return from about his own 3-yard line. Follows blockers, dives forward, and is going to get across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So decent starting field position with 35 seconds to go. As I mentioned, 2 timeouts for Carolina. So there's an opportunity to move the football down the field here, Kate, especially with the way Logan Jack has been playing on the ground.
Well, they've got an opportunity, all right, and you're absolutely right with the way the running back's been playing. I know time, obviously permitting, if they can hand the ball off too many times, looks like they're going with the empty set here, but we'll see what Carolina comes up with.
Jack already with 164 yards on the ground, a very impressive outing for him so far. South gonna air it out far sideline. That's caught to the Vancouver 41-yard line. We creep inside of 30 seconds. Carolina not wanting to burn their timeouts yet as they hurry up to the line. South takes the snap again, has time, pressure's in his face, going to throw it over the middle, into coverage, tipped in the air, and incomplete. It looked like Vancouver had an opportunity at a pick, but that falls to the turf, and that freezes the clock at 14 seconds. Second down coming up, still 2 timeouts.
Yeah, definitely a very dangerous throw right there. But yeah, you got to feel very fortunate that you didn't turn that one over. So still an opportunity, 14 seconds. Vancouver's 41-yard line and 2 timeouts. Take advantage of them.
Full house. Jack, handoff. Going to get tackled right around the Vancouver 38-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 7 as Carolina burns their second timeout of the half. Leaves them with 1 remaining with 11 seconds to go in the half.
I think that was absolutely fantastic play call. I mean, who's been your MVP so far in the first half? Logan Jack. Give him the ball. See what he can get and call a timeout and go from there. And that's exactly what they did.
And they just wanted to give Whistle Jones a little bit more room as he is going to line up for a long field goal attempt here. This is going to be from 55 yards, Gabe.
Really surprised they didn't try to run another play, but let's see what they can do.
Good snap, good hold. Jones has a big leg, and Whistle is going to end up just short. Doesn't make it to the crossbar as it falls no good. 6 seconds to go here and still an 8-point lead for Vancouver.
Yeah, plenty of time and another timeout. Like I said, kind of surprised they didn't decide to run another play. Maybe just a quick slant up the middle to get the other 5 yards. If they can pick that up, they probably make that field goal. But like you said, Jones got a big leg. I think maybe just a little bit of a miss hit. But we'll see if Vancouver tries to make something out of this. Ball at their own 45 with 6 seconds to go.
Harish Prasad agrees with you in the chat. Should have ran it again, get a few more extra yards as Pepper is going to air it out into coverage, and it's going to be picked off by Carolina, and that will end the half. Vancouver has an 8-point advantage going into the locker room, but Carolina is going to get the football to start the second half here. And I think Vancouver was just trying to see what they could do with the football. Pepper with a strong arm, but it falls into the opponent's hands. And 21-13 is your score at the half. We'll get a look at the first half stats and highlights here in just a moment. And getting a look at that for those first half stats there, passing yards dominated by Vancouver, but Carolina definitely has the rushing edge as Vancouver's turned the football over twice, but it's still an 8-point advantage for the Legion.
Absolutely phenomenal job by both teams. I mean, really diving into what their strength was in the first half, and fantastic job. Carolina leaned on the run. Logan Jack doing an absolutely phenomenal job, as you can tell. Quite obvious, and then a fantastic job by Tom Pepper and company as far as Vancouver goes, passing the ball downfield. 1 interception there at the end of the first half. That'll go against them statistically, but more or less just a free play trying to get the ball downfield to see what they could do. But both of these teams have been a lot of fun to watch in the first half, and boy, we got a lot of action coming up here in the second half. Eric, like you said, Carolina's getting the ball first, and they'll have an opportunity to try to answer. And the real question here is going to be the missed extra point. When is that addressed? Does that cost Carolina something? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that actually comes back to haunt them. As, again, it was a bad snap, and it was a good push there by the defensive line on the special teams unit for Vancouver, able to block the extra point. But Logan Jack, man, it's been a Logan Jack show for Carolina. He's gone beast mode on more than one occasion, and he's gotten in the end zone twice, over 150 yards on the ground in just the first half. I mean, it's just been bananas. Matt South hasn't had to really do much with the football, just kind of game manage a little bit.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you want if you're Carolina. I mean, just lean on him. Lean on Logan Jack, and the rest of the game, that's exactly what you should do as well. Maybe there's a potential they come out in the second half and try to surprise Vancouver with a couple of passes, but hey, listen, if it's me, I'm going to keep running the ball with Logan Jack until the well is dry, and I think the well is far from dry if it's me, based on how the first half has gone. So we'll see if any adjustments are made defensively for Vancouver to try to stack the box just a little bit more and slow down Logan Jack in the second half.
90 yards for Matt South in Carolina red in the first half. Over 200 for Tom Pepper over on the other side. Clearly two differing methods of offense for these two squads, as Vancouver, a very pass-happy attack, even with a running back like Robert Redford. But Logan Jack has been pounding the football for the Skyhawks here at home tonight. as they will get the football to start the second half. And Avalos is going to bring it out to the 24-yard line. Decent starting field position here for Carolina.
Absolutely. Great return, and they'll get him out to a decent spot there at the 24-yard line, and we'll see. I mean, I got to imagine, like I said, Eric, they're going to go back to Logan Jack, and they're going to try to really pound this home and until they can't anymore. So we'll see how this starts.
Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Kate Stevens, Tyler Falk, Jacob Clear, and Aaron Gooden in the stats truck. Thank you, gentlemen, for your assistance this evening with those saucy statistics. Handoff to Logan Jack to start things off, and again, he is rumbling forward for some impressive yardage, gain of 7 out to the 31-yard line, 176 yards on the ground for Logan Jack.
Yeah, 176 yards, and he's still chugging along, and absolutely fantastic job. Finally brought down by the extra defensive tackle, Stanley Hudson.
Offset I formation. Vancouver with 7 in the box. Looks like they're showing blitz. They're going to come with it. Jack, good spin move there as he bounces it off their sideline. Turns on the Jets. He's got one man to beat. Slips that tackler and gets stood up right near the 35-yard line. In fact, they will mark him down at the 35 as he was finally ushered out of bounds. Kay, take us through this play.
Oh, my. I mean, you know, what more is there to be said other than absolute grace on this run as there's an early broken tackle, and Drew Hamilton, quite honestly, might be the hero for the Vancouver defense on this one as he slowed him down just enough to be caught up with by Dean Maddox, who's able to take him down to the ground. Otherwise, like you said, he had one man to beat. If he gets around Hamilton without any sort of contact, Logan Jack's in the end zone again, and this guy is just absolutely on fire this game.
208 yards. 200 for Logan Jack, and he just adds to it with another couple of yards there out to the 34-yard line. And again, two differing mindsets as far as the offensive side of the football goes for both of these squads. Carolina very run-happy, Vancouver very pass-happy, but it's worked for both of them here today, and that's why we have such a close score here and starting the third quarter.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun.
Jack is offset, 2 wide receivers towards the top of the formation. South, short drop. He's going to throw an out towards the far sideline, and that's caught by Prasad as he tiptoes out of bounds right around the 28-yard line, sets up third and manageable.
Well, I love the idea. Honestly, I love the idea there. If there's a way they can try to find a way to get it to where Prasad has a chance to turn up the field, he's got the speed, and unfortunately just stumbles his way out of bounds there, but still a nice gain anyways. Third and very manageable, but looking at the score, they need this one here.
Full house. Looks like it's going to be a run by Logan Jack. Trying to find his block, but doesn't get it as he is buried in the backfield. Good tackle made by Drew Hamilton coming up and making the stop behind the line for a 4th down coming up.
I mean, a good job and a good call by Vancouver's defense, putting the extra safety in the box right there. And as you said, Drew Hamilton doing a fantastic job. He's got an open shot to get in there and try to take out Logan Jack, and he does just that. Something that we've not seen very much of today.
We're going to see Whistle Jones line up for another field goal. This one a little bit more manageable from his standards, 47 yards. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and away, and it is through. They're going to mark it from 48 yards, and that will narrow the gap to 5 as Whistle Jones nails his first field goal of the season.
Well, Carolina's got to try to find a way to lean on their defense just a little bit here. They did a great job getting down the field and at least getting points. They've made this a one-score game, and you gotta hope your defense holds up a little bit. Give your offense another chance to get down the field and take the lead.
Jones is ready as he boots the football down the field there. Chris Curtis from his own end zone. And he's going to bring it out to the 23-yard line, just outside of 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. And it's been a passing attack here for Vancouver. Lots of weapons for Tom Pepper to work with. 4 wideouts, 1 star tight end. And he's done an impressive job here so far.
Absolutely, just on the verge of crossing that 200-yard mark is Tom Pepper, but he's done a fantastic job completing just about 74% of his passes. That's fantastic.
And Pepper's going to throw once again. Pressure's coming in his face, but he completes it out to Hall as she gets first down yardage out across the 34-yard line. Good first play from scrimmage for the Legion here in the second half.
And that's what this Vancouver offense can do. I mean, they can kill you down the field. They can throw the ball 20, 30 yards each time and absolutely take chunks. Or they can go the death by 1,000 needles route and take 5, 6, 7, 10 yards each time. And there's just nothing you can do about it. They're just so talented on offense. And Pepper does a fantastic job putting the ball where it needs to be.
Martin actually had really good coverage on that play. Hall just a little bit better as Robert Redford gets a carry there, and he gets stopped in the backfield. Ryan Ray was the first man to get there, drops him for a minimal gain. Actually, they'll stop him for no gain.
Yeah, I guess no gain on that one. Second, yeah. And we'll see what they can do here.
Pepper's going to take the snap. He fires it over the middle, got a wide open receiver, and that's Kendra Hall as she is rumbling inside the SFL red zone to the 20-yard line. Both hands on the football, which is what you love to see from your receivers following a big play. And again, there's no answer for this Vancouver passing attack.
I'm glad you noticed that as well, Eric. I mean, a fantastic job by Kendra Hall. As soon as she catches the ball, covering it with both hands, protecting it as best as she can as she rumbles down the field to make sure that she's not going to cough that thing up. In fantastic field position now as they are just officially in the SFL red zone. Vancouver is.
Handoff to the fullback Stern. He's got his first touchdown in his career on the evening tonight as he rumbles ahead for a gain of 1 to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Vancouver testing out their new short yardage weapon at any chance that they get, and he's proven that he can do the job right now.
Bunch receivers towards the top of the formation. Play action for Pepper. He's going to throw it far sideline. Wide open, Kendra Hall. Can she get to the end zone? No. She'll be marked out at the 1. She's had a couple of catches like that tonight where she just cannot quite get into the end zone, but she's been very productive here against the Skyhawks pass defense.
Absolutely agree. And look at the play. Look at the way this play is drawn up, Eric. Absolutely beautiful as Kendra fakes as if she's going to go inside. The other two receivers, they line up in a bunch formation on the outside, cut inside. The entire defense goes inside, and Kendra goes outside by herself as there's some confusion and an easy pitch and catch for Vancouver right there.
Great play call by Andy Hamilton. Another one right there as that's going to be another touchdown for Stern as he gets into the end zone for the second time this evening.
Yeah, the rookie in his first game here in Vancouver has got 2 touchdowns on the ground. Absolutely phenomenal job as Vancouver is doing the best that they can to try to separate themselves from Carolina, and they are extending the score. It is now a 2-score lead for the Vancouver Legion as they line up for the extra point.
A quick 6-play drive, 78 yards, capped off with the 1-yard rushing touchdown by Stern. And we talked about it before this possession started here. Carolina needed to get a stop just with the way this game has gone here tonight. They needed to get a stop, get their offense the football back, and get closer in distance to Vancouver because they have just marched up and down the football field. 28-16 now, the score here deep in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think that was a big one. I really do. I think that was a big one for Carolina to try to make a stop on, and unfortunately didn't come up with it. Vancouver scoring a touchdown, and that makes this offensive drive for Carolina even bigger.
I don't think they really need a field goal in this situation. I know it's early, but I don't think they need a field goal in this situation. They got to get a touchdown as Avalos is going to field it from his own goal line, trying to be patient and follow blockers, and he's going to get wrestled down at the 25-yard line. Might see a little bit more of Matt South here now, Cade. Maybe a little bit more sense of urgency from the Skyhawks offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still a little early to kind of get over, I guess, excited about trying to move it downfield. Do what you've done well the entire game. You look right there. Logan Jack, 16 carries. He's averaging 13 yards a carry. He's got 208 on the ground. I mean, keep giving him the ball. You've got plenty of time. Do not try to do what you are not, or you'll cost yourself.
And South is going to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. He's had a couple of passes here tonight that were ill-advised, as Drew Hamilton was the first man on the play. Couldn't quite wrap his mitts around it, second down.
And that's exactly what I mean by when I say don't do what you're not, as they have been so successful on the ground with Logan Jack, and it felt like on that particular play, Eric, they were trying to force something down the field just to try to get some sort of momentum going.
Definite run formation here for Carolina. South is going to hand it off to Jack, trying to follow his blocker, slips the first defender, and gets gang tackled right around the 32-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. 3rd and 3 now as we creep towards 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Jack, the lone setback. South is going to throw. Good throw there out to Heath McDaniel Jr., who has a burst of speed and gets a good chunk of yards out to the 49-yard line close to midfield.
Absolutely fantastic job there. That's the first 3rd down conversion Carolina has had on the night. They were 0 for 5 prior to that particular play. They converted that one. They're now 1 for 6.
It was a great play design there, too. It looks like the defender might have had a half a step on it when you first saw it come out of South's hands, but it just floats over to McDaniel Jr. in a perfect way, and he just turns on the afterburners for a first down. South is going to throw. He's going to swing it out to Logan Jack. 2 defenders out there, and they're both going to get to him after a gain of 3.
I can't say I blame them. I mean, whether it be pass or whether it be on the ground, they're trying to get Logan Jack in open space is the Carolina offense, and I almost had him right there, but a nice stop for Vancouver as they get up there and make a nice tackle.
Carolina averaging more yards per play, but they are down by 2 scores here late in the third quarter. Heavy set formation, South. Design screen to Jack, one-on-one defender. He slips him, and he's going to go towards the far sideline, out to the 32-yard line of Vancouver. And that is how dangerous Logan Jack is in open space.
And that's exactly why Carolina has created so many opportunities to get Logan Jack in open space. As you see it right there, as you said, Eric, he gets out in open space and awfully hard to go one-on-one with a guy like Logan Jack as he makes his way down the field for another first down, and Carolina looking to try to respond here and keep themselves in this game.
Your spidey sense kind of tingles looking at that play, just kind of develop like, oh, okay, it's Logan Jack one-on-one. What's going to happen here? Whoop, there he goes, like you said, man. Offset back is going to be Logan Jack. He's going to get the carry, bounces it near sideline, spins towards the middle of the field, before he's met by Josh Farnsey for the tackle, gain of a couple.
And, you'll take those 2-yard gains. You'll take them. I mean, they're working to do the best that they can to try to make something happen right here as the Carolina offense. So you take what you can get in situations like that. 2nd and 8, we'll take it anytime.
Carolina in the gun this time. South got to throw it far sideline, has his man. That's Harish Prasad with the catch. Actually, no, they're going to mark it as an incomplete. I thought he got the 1 foot in needed in the SFL, but they're going to call it an incomplete pass, 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's a good challenge right there. That's a real good challenge because, like you said, Eric, I'm pretty darn sure that they got that foot in bounds.
Yeah, watching it real time, it certainly looked like he had gotten that foot in, and that's a good call by the Carolina coaching staff. We'll get another look here, see if we can get a decent camera angle. And, yeah, he's got a foot in. That's going to be a completion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great challenge, some might even say. So, fantastic.
So, a good, successful challenge by Harish Prasad, the head coach, along the sideline there. And that results in a gain about 7 or 8 there, and that brings up 3rd and short. Much better, much more manageable here for the Skyhawks being down by 12.
Yeah, you'll take that anytime. And, call me crazy, but I know what I've had success with. I think I'm handing the ball off to Logan Jack right here.
See what they go with here. South is going to take a 7-step drop. He's going to air it out over the middle of the field. He's got his man. Touchdown, Skyhawks.
Eric, there's a reason that I am not a coach. The tight end, Tony Zoma, absolutely beats the linebacker on that particular play. Phenomenal job by Matt South delivering the ball to Zoma right there. And a touchdown. Carolina's put himself back within a 1 score here.
Missiles fired at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium as Zoma gets the first receiving touchdown of the young season. And Carolina gets the touchdown they desperately needed. 8 plays, 66 yards, 18-yard passing touchdown from South to Zoma.
Very nice try by Carolina right there. It took up a little bit of time, some nice completions, and that challenge right there I think was pretty key.
I would agree with that. As Jones sets up for the extra point. He's had one blocked already. This one is through the uprights and good. So that narrows the gap here. It's going to be a 5-point ball game in favor of the Legion.
Well, if you're Carolina, I mean, your defense has got to be pretty hyped right now. I mean, this is I feel like this. I know we've got about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, but I feel like this could be a pretty massive turning point if they can find a way to slow Vancouver down right here.
A defensive stop would be clutch here for the Skyhawks defense as Curtis gets a decent return near the 30-yard line. They'll actually mark him down at the 30. Getting a peek over at the league's YouTube channel. 17 all your score with the Fury doing battle against the Gladiators. A good matchup going on over there on our YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out, youtube.com/simulationfl. But don't go anywhere. Do a little picture-in-picture. Have them side by side. We want you here as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Redford going to get the carry on first down, and he's able to make something out of nothing. Able to get a few yards out to the 33-yard line. He's getting close to that century mark, but 76 yards and a touchdown. A pretty decent day here for the natural.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal job. We've called Shervon Prasad's name quite a bit in this game, and coming up with another clutch tackle right there.
Full house in the backfield for Pepper and company. Redford with the carry and met right at the line of scrimmage. Redford's momentum propels him forward for a gain of about 3 or 4. But that was a good play by the defense to limit the damage. David Ware, the first man in on stop.
And this could potentially, Eric, be a pretty large third down right here for Carolina. If they can find a way to stop Vancouver and put themselves in position to get down and take a lead, this game could turn.
Crowd is on their feet here. Good blocking in front, and Carolina with the great pursuit on defense as Hendershot and Vasquez gets into the backfield and stops Redford for a 3-and-out.
Hendershot, like a heat-seeking missile, firing through the offensive line, gets back there, and yeah, like you said, Hendershot and Vasquez combining for the stop, and Hendershot, a man on a mission, I saw on that particular play, Eric, and a nice job by the Carolina defense forcing a 3-and-out. This is going to be their opportunity.
A little bit of pressure coming from Carolina, and a fair catch called for and made by Avalos near the 30-yard line. And that is where Carolina will set up shop with 1:44 to go here in the third, with the potential to take the lead here as the third quarter comes to a close.
Well, you got to feel pretty good if you're Carolina. You're only down by 5 points. You have an opportunity to lean on what you've done extraordinarily well, which is run the football. You don't have to force anything, and we'll see what they come up with.
Trips towards the bottom of the formation. Instead, Jack gets the carry, and he plows ahead for maybe a half a yard. 221 yards on the ground. Wow. He had that 77-yard touchdown run here early on in the ball game in the first half. And like we said numerous times, it's been the Logan Jack show here today.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if his intentions at the start of the season was to lead the SFL in rushing, but off to a phenomenal start.
Getting close to the over here, the money line there, as Jack is able to sidestep defenders. Over-under being at 54.5. Carolina, the spread was at 6.5, K. They're at 6 right now.
Hey, listen, if
5 right now, if my math is wrong.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Listen, I'm bad at math too. If the game ends right now, we're looking pretty good if you took Carolina at 6.5. The good
Lines
news,
provided
folks,
by-
we got a whole another quarter.
Oh, yeah. Lines provided by Jack's data, as you see down there on the ticker. And a pick. Matt South throws it right to Ashley Rose Finch, and she's got room down the near sideline. No one's going to catch her to the house. Pick 6 for Vancouver.
Wow, that is exactly what you do not want to happen if you are Carolina. Ashley Rose Finch coming up with a massive play right there. 4 picks last year, didn't have a pick 6. Got one in the first game of season 18, and Vancouver's defense, Ashley Rose Finch coming up with a massive play right there as she takes one back for a touchdown.
Read the quarterback's eyes the entire way as well, and there was no one down that near sideline as she scoots into the end zone for an easy pick 6. And not a single individual solo tackle tonight. She's assisted on a couple here tonight, but man, it comes up clutch there for the Vancouver defense as they extend the lead.
Yeah, phenomenal play by Ashley Rose Finch right there, and celebrating in the end zone as she should, and coming up with the extra point. This is a pretty big one right here.
Extra point is up and good by Towin coming over from LA in the offseason. And it's 34-23 here for the Vancouver Legion, up by 11 with under a minute to go in the third. And like you said, Cade, that does a lot to drown out the hopes here for the Skyhawks. As it's just you were hoping to go and drive the football and take the lead, right? And then you throw that pass, and just a great play by Finch, able to get into the end zone for a pick 6. And man, oh man, just kind of flips the storyline on its head here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look back to the missed, the blocked extra point, and you say, hey, listen, this could be at least a touchdown field goal if you get a 2-point conversion, and now all of a sudden it's literally a 2-touchdown game because unfortunately that was missed. So Carolina's got a lot of work to do, can't afford to turn it over again, and they've got to be extremely effective. I think they're getting pretty close to 4-down territory depending on the time frame we've got here.
South's going to air it out and somehow completes the pass there. A good chunk of 7 yards as McDaniel Jr. falls to the turf. He's got over 100 yards on the evening.
Yeah, nice catch right there. I mean, I was pretty impressed. I was a little worried as the ball came out of South's hands on where that was going, but Heath McDaniel Jr. coming up with a very nice catch there not for a first down, but close to a first down.
Probably the final play of the third quarter as Jack gets the carry, and Vancouver was ready for it. As that was Marquise Reed, the new linebacker, switched over from safety, coming in and making the stop as the Vancouver Legion are up by 12 going into the fourth quarter. Get your 4s up, get your 86s up in the chat. One more quarter of action right now. Simulation Football League action continues, presented by APM Music. Eric Benson alongside my best friend Kate Stevens, Tyler Falk, Jacob Clear, and Aaron Gooden in the stats truck for us this evening as Carolina trying to mount a comeback here in the final frame on 3rd and short, and the ball just slips past the intended receiver, and that falls to the turf, 4th down.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That's not exactly what you wanted to see if you're Carolina on this particular drive, because now you got a really big decision to make here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to elect to punt the football here. And you know, I agree with this decision. They're backed up in their own territory. Still plenty of time on the clock. You get a stop, you still got an opportunity to get some points on the board. But, man, they're running out of opportunities here in a hurry, kid.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Running out of opportunities in a hurry. That's the opportunity they needed.
Oh, it's the turf, and Carolina recovers. What a play!
That's what you hope for when something like that happens. I think is a little something like that, and more or less in the end that turns into I guess you could say maybe a Hail Mary or a long pass, or maybe a punt that got fumbled and you recovered. And wow, I mean that's what a break for Carolina.
Special teams ace Jimmy Thompson forcing the fumble, and cornerback Mark Martin falls on it right around the Vancouver 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39. That sets up shop nicely for Carolina as South is in the gun. He's going to throw it far sideline, complete to McDaniel Jr. as he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, we'll take that. They'll take that anytime. I mean, that's what you want at this phase of the game is you want the easy completions that you'll take for 6 yards every time you want to burn a little bit of clock, but you also want to make sure you give yourself enough time to get down the field, score a touchdown, and then you've got to play some defense to get that ball back.
South under center, Jack the lone set back, excuse me. Handoff to Jack, and he's not able to get free from the line of scrimmage. Another great play by Farnsey, as he's been all over the football field. All-star back in season 16.
Yeah, can't say I blame him. The rookie linebacker, Earl Fields IV, also in there on the tackle. And, I think that Vancouver knows what's going on here. It's the Logan Jack show. It's been the Logan Jack show the entire game, and they're selling out for it right now.
Jack with another carry, trying to get the first down yardage. He's going to get just enough, as it looks like the safety, Mark Lopez, came up and made the stop. And, man, that was close, Kate. I didn't think he got forward momentum past the first down marker.
No, I completely agree with you. I thought it was awfully close. The officials are going to call it a first down, and it looks like there's no challenge out there, so Carolina will continue.
Split backs in the backfield. Jack with another carry, and again gets buried in the backfield, as the defense got through pretty quickly, and that's going to be a loss of at least a couple. They're going to be generous and only give him one there, as Giudice gets in for the stop.
Yeah, the big defensive tackle, Gerald Giudice. That's the first time I believe we've called his name tonight. Normally a big disruptor in the middle of that defensive line for Vancouver.
South doesn't like something. He's changing things up at the line. I formation. South with a 7-step drop, steps up in the pocket, off balance, and that could have gone the other way, as Earl Fields IV, the rookie linebacker, overall pick number 19, gets his mitts on it but can't secure the pick.
Oh, he wants that one back. There's nothing but green grass in front of him if he's able to come up with that one, Eric, and I got to imagine the Rook wants that one back, but with time he's going to learn how to reel that one in, and what a break for Carolina as they go empty set here on 3rd and 11.
South barking out signals, takes the low snap, going to fire it over the middle, caught. First down yardage into the SFL red zone they go, as that was Zoma with another catch. He had a clutch touchdown grab earlier in the second half, and that's a big first down that converted right there.
Yeah, that touchdown catch earlier there was pretty clutch. I don't know. This one was right up there. That was a big catch, and he took a hit right after he made the catch and held on to the football. They needed that one pretty bad.
South under center, Jack offset in the formation. South going to throw it opposite Jack's way, and he's going to get it complete to his star receiver, Prasad. And Harish gets inside the 5, down at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
Oh, you know Harish wanted that one. I know he wanted it bad, and he was almost there to the end zone. But setting him up pretty nicely. 1st and goal at the Vancouver 2-yard line. I know a guy who's been pretty darn good running the football during this game, in Logan Jack. I would not be shocked to see him get the ball a few times in a row here.
And they've got a good formation to start with here on 1st and goal. South instead is going to throw it back of the end zone, incomplete. Mark Lopez able to volleyball the football down to the turf, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I see Kendra Hall in the chat saying, "I'm glad none of us are mic'd up. I scream at my TV and jump around." And, we might need a player cam sometime going forward, because I'm sure that everybody would like to see that reaction at some point.
We really do need to start getting webcam access to some of these star players here, man.
Too funny.
We did it. We've done it for the draft. We can start doing it for live football games. We'll talk to the commish after the ball game.
We know a guy.
Heavy formation again for South. He's going to pass. He's going to airmail it over across the back of the end zone, incomplete. I think he was hit as he threw that football, though, okay? I think that's why that got away from him.
Yeah, I think he was, too. It's always going to be questionable. I'm just going to throw this back out there, Eric. You got a guy who's carried the ball 23 times, 9.7 yards a carry, 223 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and you thrown the ball on 1st and 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Questionable decisions so far.
He's been very quiet here in the second half, though. He hasn't had nearly as many yards here in the second half. And again, South is going to throw, but he's converting the touchdown this time, as McDaniel Jr. is able to find the football in the back of the end zone. Carolina nearing striking range here for the Vancouver Legion.
Yeah, they've given themselves plenty of time, and a nice touchdown right there to Heath McDaniel Jr., who's had a very nice game himself as he runs just a beautiful route running at the goalpost, the back of the end zone, and South does a fantastic job delivering that one. Nice catch, and what a capitalization on that particular drive after the fumble on the punt return by Vancouver. Carolina takes advantage, and they are back within a one-score distance in this game.
And that's going to be a good extra point there for Whistle Jones. 35-30 now your score. As that's been a 14-play drive, combining it from the 3-and-out that they had, punted the football, recovered the fumble recovery, and then another 10-play drive for 39 yards. If you want to combine both of those drives there.
No kidding. No kidding. I got good news for the bettors out there who took the over. They are at 65. The over was 54.5. I always take the over, so it's fine.
Yeah, you gotta take the over, especially in SFL land, man. Very rarely do we hit the under here.
Dang right, man. Dang right.
Curtis brings the return out to the 23-yard line. Carolina, with 7:46 to go, I think a stop would go a long way. It's not imperative just yet, but they can't let Vancouver have a long drive here because that's going to kill them, especially if Vancouver gets in the end zone.
Yeah, I gotta feel like at worst they really can't afford to give up more than a field goal because at least the field goal keeps it within a one-score game.
Pepper, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw, and that's incomplete. BK12 was a little bit too far out of bounds there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, just a little far out of bounds, but if you're Carolina's defense, you'll take that one.
Over on the league's YouTube channel, Vegas Fury taking a 3-point lead over the visiting St. Louis Gladiators. 20-17 your score over there. They are in the third quarter. Full house for Pepper. He's going to throw, swinging out over to Redford, and he gets gang tackled after a gain of about 5 yards.
Well, here we go, Eric. This is going to be a pretty darn big third down right here for the Carolina defense. 3rd and 5. Vancouver got it at their own 28-yard line. If you can find a way to stop them right here, you really give yourself a phenomenal opportunity. Plenty of time out there to try to get down the field and score.
20 unanswered points for the Vegas Fury over in that other matchup. There is a pick is thrown by Tom Pepper. He threw one earlier in the ball game, and Carolina takes advantage on defense here as Davidson Joseph with lockdown coverage able to come up with the pick.
Davidson Joseph doing a phenomenal job going up and getting that one. 7 interceptions last year, season 17, and he's out for his first one here in week 1 of the season 18 roundabout here, I guess that we go. And wow, what a big one right there. He said, hey, you know what, Vancouver, don't bother with the punt. We'll go ahead and take that one on a pick and ball at midfield for Carolina. This is a big drive.
South is going to swing it out to Jack. He's got plenty of room. Slips the first tackler and gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line, courtesy of Dean Maddox, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Yeah, he had all kinds of room out there, and good job by Maddox forcing him out of bounds, but like you said, not before he gets across the sticks, and they're going to move those chains.
Both these teams very impressive offensively. One in Carolina Red doing it on the ground, and Vancouver doing it through the air.
Yeah, the average yards per play, just about 7 yards for both teams. Phenomenal.
And Jack will get another swing pass, this time for minimal gain. Maybe a gain of a half a yard there. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 2nd and 9 from the 39. South. Swinging it out to Jack once again, and another spin move, but Dean Maddox has been all over Logan Jack here on this drive. Only able to get maybe 4 or 5 yards as he makes it out to the 35-yard line. Still third and manageable for Carolina as we hit about the 6-minute mark to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, the closing speed of Maddox right there was absolutely on display as he's able to get up there and make the tackle.
Empty set for South. Trips towards the top of the formation. South gonna air it out. Got a man. He's got it. McDaniel Jr. into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina, as they take the lead.
Wow. What a play to go up and get the ball over the cornerback, Ashley Rose Finch. It looked like she had a good shot at it, potentially even an opportunity to try to take that one away. And wow, just a phenomenal job on that particular play by Heath McDaniel Jr., who's made big play after big play in this game for Carolina. And Carolina, like you said, Eric, taking the lead. Now, if, I got to ask you, my friend, if you're Carolina here, it looks like they're lining up for the extra point. I mean, I would consider possibly going for 2.
Would definitely consider going for 2 in this situation, but I think the Carolina coaching staff has seen the time on the clock, 5:48 to go. It's a little too early in the fourth quarter to really make that decision, but Carolina does make the extra point, so that makes it a 2-point advantage for the Skyhawks. And man, what a play.
Wow, what a play indeed. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was phenomenal.
Jones boots it down the field as Curtis fields it right around his own goal line. Has blockers in front of him, but he gets tackled down at about the 26-yard line. 5:43 to go here as we get a look at McDaniel Jr.'s numbers here tonight. Like you said, Kate, he's been clutch. 60% of his catches, 60% of his targets, for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job coming up with it when it matters the most. And once again, right there, as you see, goes up and high points the ball over the corner and comes up with a big touchdown.
Now can the defense respond? Up by 2. Pepper with a 7-step drop. Pressure coming from both his sides there. Throws it into coverage, and it's incomplete. I don't know if we were going to have a highlight reel catch from which side. I don't know if it was the offense or the defense there, but it hits the turf, unfortunately for us.
Yeah, ball pops up in the air, and immediately my thought is, this might be picked off. And then the next thing I know, it looks like Kendra Hall might come up with it. And unfortunately, she's unable to do so as well, so it just ended up being an incomplete pass. But, yeah, like you said, could have been a highlight either way.
That brings up second down. Carolina showing blitz. Ready for a run there by Robert Redford as they knock him down right around the line of scrimmage. Christopher Colon with a big stop.
Yeah, I mean, this is Carolina's defense. They're fired up right now. This momentum is It's shifted towards Carolina. I mean, they're playing at home, but the crowd is getting loud, and this defense they're ready to play. They're ready to go.
5 wide. Pepper gonna air it out into coverage and incomplete. Looking for BK12, but Carolina was ready for it. They forced the 3 and out, and it's a quick 3 and out there as they'll get the football back following the punt.
Well, what an opportunity right here if you're the Carolina Skyhawks to get the ball back with 5 minutes to go in this game and to try to put an exclamation point on this incredible comeback that they've had so far. But ladies and gentlemen, this Vancouver team is not out of it. They're not out of it. This game has been crazy back and forth, and how much fun has this been?
High snap for Patrick as he gets it down and punts the football away. Return by Avalos only gets maybe a couple as he gets knocked down at about the Carolina 44-yard line. Again, keep you updated on the other game we've got going on here tonight. Vegas with 27 unanswered. Unbelievable, as they now have a 10-point advantage in the third quarter.
Yeah, another fun game over there. I mean, don't leave us too soon. We're enjoying having you, but what a week 1 start for the SFL season 18. This has been fun, guys.
Hand off to Jack, and he rumbles ahead for a hard-earned half a yard. And just as we say that, St. Louis goes ahead and scores. It's now a 3-point ball game over there.
Three-point ball. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it so fun. And I mean, this last Vancouver drive is just to show the swing and momentum. That was the 3rd straight drive where the Vancouver offense has gone 3 and out.
The Carolina defense bearing their teeth here in the final quarter of play. Clock continuing to tick down. Carolina trying to bleed as much of the play clock as possible as Jack gets a swing pass there and a good hard tackle by Drew Hamilton. He has been all over those swing passes here tonight, and that brings up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, extremely physical, extremely athletic. Drew Hamilton has been all over it trying to cover like you said, the passes out of the backfield. Not only that, passes over the field, passes downfield. Hamilton all over the place tonight. This is a big 3rd down for Carolina's offense.
Again, Carolina trying to bleed that play clock and that game clock just a little bit as Jack gets the carry. And Vancouver knew exactly what was going on as the Mediterranean Monster is able to nail him right at the line of scrimmage. That forces the 3 and out on the Carolina side.
And I mean, if they hit this one just the right way, Carolina should be able to do a good job at pinning Vancouver deep in their own territory. But this is going to be a big series coming up.
Clock continuing to run. We'll see if Vancouver sends some pressure. Nope, they'll be content with setting up the return. Fair catch called for and made just shy of the 20-yard line at the 19 by Chris Curtis. And Vancouver will have about 81 yards to go to hit pay dirt and to take the lead. Although only down by 2, they just need to get within field goal range for Chance Dowin to go ahead and knock in a go-ahead field goal with time ticking down here in the last quarter of action.
They got plenty of time. They got plenty of timeouts. They just got to be smart with the football here.
Pepper to throw. He's going to throw it near sideline. He's got Kendra Hall. Kendra Hall beats the first defender, and now she's going to beat the linebacker. But a good burst of speed, avoids the defender, gets into the end zone just like that. Touchdown, Vancouver.
When I say smart with the football, I definitely meant a one-play drive to Kendra Hall down the field as she comes up with an absolutely massive score for Vancouver, touchdown with the go-ahead lead, but still more than enough time for Carolina to have an opportunity to try to take it back.
It looked like on that play, I think that was Hatley there that had misread the play somehow, some way. And then it was Cain Vasquez that was the only opportunity to stop her, and Vasquez just couldn't quite wrap her up.
Yeah, I mean, subconsciously thinking as Kendra Hall sprints down the field, you know, if I'm Vasquez, I'm thinking to myself, at this point they're already in field goal range. Do you just let her score and see what your offense can do to come back? And he tried to make the tackle, and Hall with too much momentum, not able to make it happen. But boy, the plot thickens here, my friend. The plot thickens.
Plot thickens indeed, as Vancouver now back up on top again by 5. Still 2:56 to go here in the ball game, though, my friend. Still plenty of time for Carolina with all 3 timeouts.
Lots of time. We saw, and if for anybody who forgot, we saw 2 touchdowns in the first 21 seconds of the second quarter. So anything can happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Avalos is going to take it out of his own end zone. And a decent return. He's going to bring it out to the 24-yard line where Carolina will take over once again with under 3 to go. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, January the 22nd. The London Knights will meet the Lone Star Glory across the pond in the United Kingdom home opener at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Then it's a battle in the air as the Carolina Skyhawks that you're seeing here tonight meet the San Diego Mavericks at 2:45 Eastern Time. Bonus coverage includes Tulsa at Las Vegas and Los Angeles at Vancouver. Visit NLSC.com to find Next Level Sports in your area, as that's an incomplete pass. Farnsey in there with the deflection, and he's had himself a nice little game as well.
Oh, absolutely. Quietly making big plays. You know, we haven't... I don't have too much better to say than he's doing a phenomenal job, but you're not hearing his name too much. It's been like a silent assassin here.
Silent assassin. I like that. I like that.
Let's go.
That freezes the clock at 2:48, beneficial for the Skyhawks. Second down as South comes out in the empty. South takes the snap. Pressure coming in his face. Going to throw it. Far sideline. That's somehow blocked. Are you kidding me? And that's McDaniel Jr. again with a wild catch. I thought it was intercepted for sure, Cade. And somehow McDaniel comes up with this catch. Let's get another look.
Eric, 110% thought that one was going the other way. And
Wow.
just a phenomenal job by McDaniel. Once again, a catch over Ashley Rose Finch, it appears. And I'm almost speechless. That was incredible.
And that sets Carolina up nicely here as we approach the 2-minute warning. South airing it out, and that was a dangerous pass. He was looking for McDaniel again, but I don't know if I would have thrown that one.
Up until this point, Eric, I mean, it's been incredible. The fourth quarter, we've got 4 total drives. Outside of this drive, 2 of them were scoring, averaging about 1 minute and 40 seconds per drive.
Quick pace, lots of offense, basketball on grass. Gotta love it.
They're getting it done. It's been a lot of fun.
Empty set again, this time 5 wide for South. They've had success with it in the past. Will they again? South's in trouble, though, and he's going to go down. First sack of the ball game, and that was Papatanis getting in there with Womack, and they combined to get the sack.
Yeah, fantastic job and way to work it. I mean, just too long. Great. The coverage was phenomenal. I don't want to call it a complete coverage sack, but the coverage was phenomenal and a great job by the defensive line of Vancouver to get in there and take South down.
First sack of the game comes just before the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. 42-37 your score. Carolina on the doorstep. Simulation Football League action continues. Presented by APM Music on Twitch. Carolina now with a 3rd and long. Jack is going to be sidecar right. South takes the snap. Pressure coming in his face. It is he's thrown into coverage and incomplete. I think that Vancouver had 3 opportunities at the interception, but not to be as it hits the turf, brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Carolina, I think, definitely got away with one right there. I think in this situation, they're going to go ahead and send Whistle Jones out, try to get the 3 points, and then the defense is going to have to stand up. Or I could be wrong.
Maybe not. 5 wide again for South on this 4th and 16. South takes the snap. He's going to air it out towards the end zone and incomplete. Great coverage out there by Dean Maddox. He has played a heck of a game as that falls incomplete, and Vancouver will get the football as a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Prasad right there trying to high point the football. I thought he did a pretty phenomenal job, but Maddox, with a big impact on Prasad, knocks the ball loose, and he's unable to come up with that one.
Game not over yet for the Skyhawks, though. 3 timeouts to work with. They can get the football back. I would estimate maybe inside of a minute with no timeouts to go. And if they stop them inside, deep inside their own territory here like this, then they're going to have an opportunity at decent field position as Redford gets a short carry there, actually a no gain, and Carolina burns the first time out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think that, if you're Vancouver, obviously you just want to keep the clock running, so I think they're going to continue to hand the ball off to Robert Redford. But if you're Carolina, yeah, it's imperative that you try to make a stop here and get the ball back with decent field position.
Another running formation here for the Legion as Redford gets the carry, and Redford gets a first down and more as he gets inside of Carolina territory. That was not what you wanted if you're the Skyhawks.
Boy, oh boy. I don't want to call it the dagger, but golly, that was awfully close. What a run. What a rumble for Robert Redford getting up the field, getting the first down, and getting into Carolina territory, and Vancouver doing everything they can to try to put this one away.
Carolina burning their second time out there. And that pretty much does it as Vancouver is going to line up in victory formation and ice the game here on the road. Carolina calling their last time out with 1:39 to go. Still an opportunity for Carolina to get the football back here, but it's not going to be as beneficial as if they stopped them deep in their own territory.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No matter, I mean, if they do get the ball back, there's not going to be very much time, I guess, is the moral of the story. There's still an opportunity. They could botch the kneel. You never know. I mean, you got to take everything into account despite the odds.
Vancouver, another kneel down. Carolina with no way to stop the clock, so the clock will run. And we'll get under a minute before they take the third down snap. Vancouver looking like they're going to kneel it again here. They'll snap it with 1 on the play clock. And it looks like maybe they'll get the ball with about maybe 15 seconds to go, pending a long return.
Yeah, not too much time. And I got to imagine if you're Vancouver, you want to give them an opportunity to try to do something with the return just to burn a little bit more time.
We'll see what happens here. Carolina probably going to send pressure on this. Snap the football, no pressure. And they'll field the return, and sure enough, about 14 seconds from the Carolina 24-yard line. No timeouts for the Skyhawks, so they're going to have to get downfield and get down there in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, there's still an opportunity. I mean, we've seen them make some really big plays in this game. We had a couple on the ground. Logan Jack had a phenomenal first half, and then we didn't see too much from him in the second half. We saw a lot from Heath McDaniel Jr., who's made some phenomenal catches in the second half. Offside right there.
Well, free play, so that's a good start there. And throw it over the middle, because why not? It's going to end up being a free play anyway. So a free 5 yards, but that does take about 5 seconds off the clock. Mediterranean Monster was a little early on that one, so 9 seconds to go here, 1st and 5. And they're going to have to set up with a long pass play here, Cade.
Yeah, I think you can't afford to average 5 yards per 5 seconds right here. Just about 9 seconds left to go. They got to try to pick something up just to give themselves a shot at the end zone on this next play.
South's going to be under center here. He'll take the snap. He's going to fire a short pass, and that falls incomplete. Took only a few seconds off the clock. Brings up 2nd and 5 with 6 seconds to go.
I don't know if that's 100% what they had in mind, and unfortunately, they don't come up with much. So 6 seconds, yeah, like I said, 6 seconds left on the clock. I think you got time to try to get one more play in and still give yourself an opportunity to run something with maybe about a second left.
We'll say not great formations here when you're down by 5 with 6 seconds to go, but we'll see what happens. South's going to check it down to Jack, and Jack stays in bounds, and that's going to do it. 42-37, the final score, as the Vancouver Legion come out on top on the road against the Carolina Skyhawks to open up their 10th anniversary season. And man, what a game! Back and forth we go, and it was a passing attack for the Vancouver Legion tonight. Logan Jack was virtually nowhere to be found there in the second half, Kate. I think that's what Carolina's undoing was.
I got to agree with you. I don't even necessarily think that it was a changing game plan that Vancouver really keyed in on the run in the second half. I mean, I think they did a better job given the opportunities that they had. But I think that Carolina got away from the run a little bit, put it a little bit more on the shoulders of Matt South, who actually made some really nice throws. But at the same time, too, there was a few that were missed. And I think they could have had an opportunity to get back to Jack there that might have given them more of a chance. And you look at that key statistic there, the turnovers, 4 for Vancouver, 2 for Carolina. It's not too often that you lose the turnover battle and still find a way to win the game, but Vancouver extraordinarily resilient in this one and come up with a few big plays to give them the win.
And man, it looks like that pick 6 and that missed extra point, those were the difference makers here tonight. As Ashley Rose mentioned, you just saw her clutch pick 6 there that put Carolina, deep, getting into the coffin there. Not quite nailed shut, but they're getting into the coffin, ready to be put down 6 feet under. And Carolina fought and clawed their way back into this ball game. A great pick there by Davidson Joseph to keep his squad in the ball game. But I agree with you, Cade. It was just impressive resilience by the Vancouver Legion to keep themselves above water and to get a tough win on the road.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, absolutely agree. They did a phenomenal job kind of grinding this one out, and a bright future for Carolina as they've put a lot of resource into continuing to make this team better. Like I said, they've not seen the playoffs in several seasons, and they're grinding it out. They want to see it. They're on their way. They're doing a phenomenal job, and they'll get there. We'll see better games from them this season. But Vancouver coming out on top, and a great job all around by them. And Kendra Hall, I mean, if she's not the MVP of the game, I don't know who is.
Yeah, Kendra Hall putting up very impressive numbers, video game numbers, in fact, here tonight. And she had a very impressive game. Redford did just enough on the ground. Pepper was very efficient through the air. I mean, what more can you say? This Vancouver Legion team is just a very complete ball club, and they deserve every bit of this win tonight. Player of the game going to be Kendra Hall. 9 catches, 235 yards, a touchdown, averaging over 26 yards a catch. Well, on behalf of my best friend Cade Stevens, Tyler Falk, Jacob Clear, and Aaron Goodman, Statstruck, and Commissioner, Executive Producer Extraordinaire Cameron Irvine over there in SFL HQ, thank you for tuning into this presentation of the Simulation Football League, live on the league's Twitch page. We got more coming up Monday night and Monday afternoon. You don't want to miss it. Have a good night.